I've changed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't drink alcohol anymore. I'm not sober. I don't work a program. What else I do is, my own business.
Right.
I was like, this is a toxic behavior for me. And my whole life it held me back because I knew that I couldn't like surrender to something nor give it up. It was like that definition of insanity. You do the same shit over and over again, expecting a different result. I was a complete prisoner of my own behavior. And finally, 3.5 years ago, I was like, I can't do this anymore. It doesn't work for me. I'm never going to be that cool girl with the glass of wine at the party. Like, I'll want 3 bottles. Like, that's just my personality. It's my addiction. And when I finally let go of that, it made me realize that I was capable of great change that I totally rebelled about. I was like, I will master this toxic behavior of mine. As if I could, I just did not think I could ever stop. That was a hamster wheel I'd be on my whole life.
Was that something that you had that aha moment yourself? Or did you feel
I always knew it.
In your life push you towards that? Because
all of the above.
Yeah.
All my friends were mirrors. They were like, this is not working. They said it for decades. I said I knew it for decades. And I just thought, I don't know why. I know I'm going to master this one day. And finally, I just gave it up. So that has led me to believe people can change because I wouldn't change for decades. Like 4 decades, I went, drinking or less. I don't know, 3.5. I'm terrible with math. So many years that like the narrative was for me is this has a hold over you. You will never break this cycle. You are a prisoner of your own weakness. And every time that you fuck up in life, it has to do with this. You don't like yourself. And you're probably going to be stuck in that for the rest of your life because you won't give it up. Because you keep telling yourself one day you'll master this. And the last 3.5 years have been so awesome and so great. And I don't have any hang-ups with it. Again, I don't work a program. I pour people drink. I have alcohol in my house. It's just finally became a confident decision. So I think once a cheater, not always a cheater. I think, can you ask yourself though, if you're with somebody that cheats, if they can change is second, can you ever get over it?
Right.
Even if that person changed, will the past just haunt you and torture you and be in the room with you for life? Then don't be in that relationship because you'll just keep punishing that person and yourself regardless of their change. Yeah. So if you really can't ever get over it, it doesn't matter if that person's going to change or not because you will bring it into the future. But I do believe people can one day say, I've been stuck in a shitty cycle that I'm totally aware of, and for whatever reason, I convinced myself it would fix itself one day. And you have to do that hard, crazy work of just switching it. And sometimes maybe you're just so sick of yourself that you finally let go, or it's a really challenging thing and you struggle and sweat and scream through the whole thing. Yeah. Whatever it is, I know people are capable of change.
Right.
And I've definitely seen people who don't seem to want to make that change as much as they talk about it. And it's always action over words. In fact, the less you talk about it and just do it, the better. My best friend, Nan, always had this saying that I love so much: insecurity is loud, confidence is quiet. So just do it and shut up about it.
Yeah.
We've had somebody.
It's a good way to, we were told that.
Just recently say that on our podcast.
Really?
Too.
Yeah. That's very funny.
funny.
He's from Southern Charm.
Reality show.
Yeah, Bravo TV show.
Yeah, I
They said
know
the
it.
same thing, yeah. But no, you're talking about evolution and change, and Rio's talking about TikTok. You're on TikTok. I feel like we see great
love
videos. You love TikTok. One of our
I'm so into it because it's like goofy central.
yes,
Yeah.
and
Depends on what side you're on.
It is. It
you
really
can find
does.
yourself on a bad side of TikTok.
You can.
How so?
If it's on your For You page, like you can go down a hole where like you just get bad. Like my TikTok changes all the time. My algorithm, where I'll get fed like really just haunting TikToks where I'm like, you know what, this is messing with my head. And then the next day, it's all food recipes.
Yes,
I'm like having a great time.
I want cleaning
and then the
and
next day it's like
household and
puppies.
decor.
It
Yes.
just
I don't
changes all the time.
I don't want abandoned dogs.
No,
and
I don't
sometimes
want
I
that.
get like human trafficking.
Yeah, that's awful.
my God.
Or I get like just really dark. Like I don't even want to go down the path.
But a lot of what I do get is creators, and they do like a day in the life, and they're in New York City and they live these awesome lives. But I wanted to ask you, if you had TikTok throughout your life, what would a day in the life 15, at 25, and at 35
Okay,
look
that's
like?
fun. I'd be curious to ask you the same question back. 15. Like really asking myself, did I want to keep trying to be in films? Because I was totally blacklisted. I'd gotten out of an institution, was not welcomed, like not because anybody was mean or cruel, but it was just it was a fun ride.
Yeah.
You're done. And I had to ask myself, like, did I really want to fight and prove to myself that I wanted to be here? And the answer was a really genuine yes. Like, it was my love. It was my passion. It's what my family has done since the silent films and theater and into the talkies. Like, I feel a genetic cosmic pull, and I love storytelling, and I love it. And that was a really cool revelation for me, that I love what I do and I'm not doing it for anyone else or for the wrong reasons. That was 15. 20?
25.
25.
We're going by
God.
tens.
Partying my ass off, living it up. Now a producer, making films, hanging out and doing like The Wedding Singer and Ever After and Charlie's Angels, and just really wanting to like make the most of the opportunity and not screw it up, but just have the best time ever. Go to concerts, kiss boys, make out, like the best.
Yeah.
Dogs running around, friends, up all night, work all day, the best. Oh, 25 was fun. Such good times. And then what's the next age?
35.
Very quiet and meditative, thinking that I would change all of my behavior in order to become a parent. And I met this man, and like life got really quiet and serious, not lacking in fun or beauty, but just like, okay, I think I'm ready to do my best to not screw this up. And then you make plans and it all blows up in your face. And then I just repeatedly kept it. 35 was very meditative and like, okay. It's funny when you put it in those years, because if somebody says like, do you have a 5-year plan? I would never have an answer.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
You
follow-
never
either.
We never
yeah.
know. People ask us
Yes.
all the time. We say,
Wherever the wind takes us.
I fall in love with what I'm doing or what's in front of me, or what is possible. And I'm very focused on that. I can diversify and focus on many things at the same time, but I don't have board vision, or I'm not.
I also love that if you live it more like that, when you look back at 5 years ago, you'd be like, wow, myself 5 years ago would have never predicted where I am right now. And that's cool. Like you wouldn't say, oh God, I'm so off track of where I thought I was going to be.
5 years ago, I was so broken. I was so sad about getting divorced and like raising I was broken, and I was unforgiving of myself. And I never dreamt I could be at such a much more healthy, forgiving, thriving place. Like, our blended family's amazing. The girls are happy. I'm in a job I'm in love with. My friends are good. Like, everything's okay. And 5 years ago, I was convinced everything was broken for life.